Hello everyone, I am Komal Mehta, teaching as an assistant professor in computer science department at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. Today, in the series of structured analysis, we will cover some other tools that are decision tree, decision table, and structured English. There are some other tools that I already discussed in my previous video. So you can go through from that video and then move to this video. So let's discuss one by one. First one is decision tree. Decision tree completely means the data element that are defined in a data dictionary. We begin to focus on the processes initially. That means a graphical representation of method that represents sequence of a logical decisions. There are so many logical decisions within a single system. So to arrange that decisions in a proper sequence, we need a representation, and that representation is called as a decision tree. It is basically used when decisions need to taken for defining so many policies. That means there are so many branches for the for example, we can say there are so many alternatives. Let us suppose in single system, here I am taking one example, that is for BCA, right? So I have two sections A and B for BCA second SAM. This course is held in BCA second SAM, right? So I have two sections, that is A and B. So if I want to teach in a single section, that means in a or in a B, then I will take a branch, single branch. But if I want to merge these both, then I have to take lectures in both the classes. That means both the sections. So there are so many alternatives I have available in similar manner. So we can say it has many branches as there are logical alternatives. It simply sketch the logical structure based on started policy. That means जहाँ पे आपने काम करना स्टार्ट करा वहाँ स्टार्टिंग पॉलिसी से कौन कौन से और ऑप्शंस क्रिएट होते हैं, आप ये सारा कुछ डिस्कस करेंगे. इनिशियली आप सबसे पहले एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल लेती हूँ. दिस कॉलेज इज इन एमडीयू यूनिवर्सिटी. सो फर्स्टली आपने क्या चेक करा, एमडीयू यूनिवर्सिटी के बारे में चेक किया. किसी भी स्टूडेंट ने एनरोल करने से पहले एमडीयू यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए चेक किया whether this university is recognized or not. Once the satisfaction will be done by the student, then he or she will move to the colleges within that particular university. That means एमडी यूनिवर्सिटी के बाद कौन कौन से कॉलेजेस उसके अंदर आते हैं आपने ये चेक करा. आफ्टर द चेकिंग ऑल द कॉलेजेस आपने बेस्ट वन उसमें से चूज करने का ट्राई करा. सो यू सेलेक्टेड द सेंट एंड्रयूज कॉलेज, राइट? सो there are so many alternatives available. We have to fetch a single one among them. So many branches में से logical alternatives apply करने के बाद जो better one आपको लगा, you selected that one. It simply sketch the logical structure based on a started policy, क्योंकि आपका started policy क्या था, MDU यूनिवर्सिटी था. सो वी कैन से इट इज इजी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट, इजी टू रीड एंड इजी टू अपडेट. क्योंकि आपको अपना मेन स्टार्टिंग पता चल गया, आपको एंड तक पहुंचना पता चल गया, तो आपको बस पाथ सेलेक्ट करना है. उन पाथ में भी मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस लिखे हुए हैं, जो बेस्ट लग रहा है आप उसमें से सेलेक्ट करते गए. It is used to identify the strategy most likely to reach the goal. That means you have to reach the goal with the help of these correlations. It is also used by storing the calculating probabilities or making financial or a number based decision. That completely depend on कैसे आप उस चीज को evaluate कर रहे हो, कैसे decision final कर रहे हो, ये इस चीज के ऊपर deal करता है. It shows the policies, which means it does not find anything to calculate over logics or actions for the construction. That means आपने जो एक्शन परफॉर्म करने हैं उनके लिए आपने एक सिंपल सा फैक्ट्स जितने भी बन रहे हैं उन सारे फैक्ट्स को इवेल्युएट करा, आफ्टर दैट उन्हें कैलकुलेट करा लॉजिक्स के बेस पे. एक एग्जांपल लेकर देते हैं. Let us suppose there is one example, that is bookstore. Bookstore get a trade discount of for 25% for order of library or individual. It means 25% डिस्काउंट मिलेगा. ऑर्डर है लाइब्रेरी और इंडिविजुअल का, तो 5% अलाउड ऑन ऑर्डर ऑफ 6 to 19 कॉपीज. अगर आप इतनी नंबर ऑफ कॉपीज सेलेक्ट करेंगे देन आपको इतना डिस्काउंट मिलेगा. अगर आप ज्यादा सेलेक्ट करेंगे तो आपको ज्यादा मिलेगा, राइट? सो इसके बेसिस पर अगर आपने डिसीजन ट्री क्रिएट करना है तो हाउ यू विल क्रिएट दैट वन, लेट्स सी हियर. इनिशियली द सिस्टम इज डिस्काउंट पॉलिसी. तो सो फर्स्ट वन इज डिस्काउंट पॉलिसी है. डिस्काउंट पॉलिसी में से ले कौन कौन सकता है, या तो बुक स्टोर वाला ले सकता है या फिर लाइब्रेरी और इंडिविजुअल ले सकता है, राइट. अगर बुक स्टोर वाला ले रहा है तो वो 6 से ज्यादा लेता है तो उसे 25% मिलेगा, और अगर 6 से कम में लेता है तो उसे कोई भी डिस्काउंट नहीं मिलेगा. इन सिमिलर मैनर लाइब्रेरी अगर लेता है 6 से कम लेता है तो उसे कोई भी डिस्काउंट नहीं मिल रहा, लेकिन 6 to 19 की रेशो में ले रहा है तो 5% डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है. 20 to 49 ले रहा है तो फिर 10% मिल रहा है. एंड अबव देन 50 ले रहा है देन उसे 15% डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है. So in this manner, the calculation will be created on the basis of hierarchy. That means we can say a hierarchy is created. जितने भी number of possible outcomes आ सकते हैं, उन possible outcomes को आपने उसकी branches में create कर दिया. अब आपने at the end जहाँ पे भी पहुंचना है वहाँ पे कौन से path को choose करना है, ये completely आपकी call होगी, मतलब user की call होगी. So इस manner में हम कभी भी decision tree create कर सकते हैं. सबसे पहला जो होता है वो होता है root node. आफ्टर दैट उसके होते हैं चाइल्ड नोड. चाइल्ड नोड के अगेन चाइल्ड हो सकते हैं, दीज आर कॉल्ड एज अ सब चाइल्ड नोड. हेयर दीज ऑल आर द लीफ नोड, जहाँ के बाद रूट नोड का एंड हो जाता है, इट मीन्स ट्री का एंड हो जाता है, वी कैन से. सो डिस्काउंट पॉलिसी इज द रूट नोड. टाइप ऑफ अ कस्टमर इज द चाइल्ड ऑफ अ रूट नोड. साइज ऑफ अ ऑर्डर इज द सब चाइल्ड. एंड डिस्काउंट इज द लीफ नोड्स itself. This is the example of a decision tree. So next is decision table. It is the enhancement basically about the decision tree. So it is a tabular format, we can say, who defines a problem and the action to be taken. Whenever there is problem, we have to take some action. So what is the action we have to taken is done with the help of this problem. So it is a single representation of a relationship between condition and the action. So what are the condition and what are the action we are performing is mentioning over here. It completely divided into two parts. First one is stub, next is entry. Stub part is also divided into two parts, that are upper quadrant, which is called as condition stub, and lower quadrant, which is called as action stub. uh, I will definitely take example of a decision tree as well, so that it will be clear to you. Next thing is entry part. That entry part contain also upper quadrant and the lower quadrant. In upper quadrant the condition will be there, and in lower quadrant the action will be there. So the basic meaning of a decision table is a tabular format that contain the conditions as well as the outcomes, what the actions we have to perform over these conditions. So there are major drawbacks in a decision tree that I already discussed, is the lack of information in its formatting to tell us what other combination of conditions to test, because the conditions, there are multiple conditions for a single problem, but all these conditions will not mentioned in a decision tree. So how can we evaluate whether the mentioned one is best one or not mentioning one is best one? क्योंकि हम कभी भी किसी भी ट्री में इतने केसेस बना सकते हैं, लेकिन इतने ज्यादा केसेस कभी भी क्रिएट नहीं किए जाते, अदरवाइज वो ट्री बहुत ज्यादा लार्ज बन जाता है, जो कि मुश्किल हो जाता है यूजर के लिए अंडरस्टैंड करना. सो बेटर वे क्या है, डिसीजन टेबल पे मूव करना, क्योंकि इसमें जितने भी नंबर ऑफ कंडीशंस होंगी, जितने भी एक्शंस परफॉर्म करने होंगे, वो सारे मेंशन किए जाते हैं. So we can say it is a table for defining a problem and the action to be taken. A compact way to model complicated logics is done with the help of this one, right? So in decision table, it lies if then else switch cases, conditions and actions to be performed. Unlike the control statement in traditional programming, decision table independently solve the problem in an elegant manner. So maybe this picture is little bit blurred, but I hope you can visualize it. Decision table make it easy to observe that all possible are accounted for, because we have so many alternatives available in a single table. It demands like a programmer think all the possible conditions. In traditional method, it is easy to forget about some cases, especially when else statement is optional. because we will not mention it whether this one is applicable, then do that, else what we will have to do. So that else statement, if it is optional, then we will omit out and then forget also that we can also apply these one. So logic is so important, that's why we will use decision table. In decision table we can say corresponding to variable relations and predict possible values are listed among decision or a condition alternatives. Each action is performed and entry specifies whether action is performed for the set of conditions alternatives. That means we have to perform all the actions, and for that actions we have to perform so many alternatives as well. Sometimes in a decision table, don't care symbol is used. That means the condition is let influence for the action to be performed, so we have to ignore that condition. This is not that much important, we can ignore that. There are some following rules to construct a decision table. What are these tools? Firstly, decision table should be given a single name that is shown on the top left of the table. With the help of that name, the table will be identified. Next is the logic of a decision table is independent of the sequence. That means we have not to worry about what the sequence is. That means the conditions, rules are written, but action takes place in order in which event is occurred. So there are some standard language must be used so that the consistency will be maintained and easier to get the information for the user as well. Duplicacy will definitely be eliminated with the help of this, because there are a number of possible cases existing in a single table. So once we get a similar one, we will do it with the help of removing the duplicacy. Here is one example of a decision table. This is a tabular format that contain two parts. First one is condition one, next one is action one. Sorry, entry one. So sorry, first one is stub one, next one is entry one. Stub is also divided into condition and action. Entry is also divided into condition and action. In stub part, we contain the in conditions, whatever be the applicable. And in condition entries or action entries, whether the following operation will be performed or not, will be mentioning over here. Here, cross means the don't care condition. That means we can eliminate these one conditions. We can ignore these conditions, but in case of y or n, that means yes or no. Whether this particular condition is applicable, then we have to refer the numbering over here is y for a yes one. And if the following condition will be not applicable for this particular system, then we have to repeat it with the help of n means no, not applicable that condition. Here, let's take one example of again bookstore that I already take in decision tree. In if condition, when the customer is bookstore, then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth column contains the information that is y is equal to, sorry, 1 is equal to y and 2 is equal to y. So these are the conditions where the customer is bookstore. Here, this is the complete example that I am taking is randomly, not a particular one. So 1 and 2 leaf note, 1 and 2 child note contain the information about customer is a bookstore. Rest one don't contain these information, so they will write over here is n for no. After that, if it is a bookstore, then order size is 6 copies or more. If 6 copies information is available in one or two, then both will write by, else n is applicable. So 2 does not contain information about more than 6 copies. That's why here is n in 2, and one contain the information about 6 or more copies. In similar manner, customer, librarian or a individual. नाउ अब हमें इस पे फोकस करना है कि कस्टमर जो लाइब्रेरी का है या इंडिविजुअल है। देखो, बुक स्टोर वाला जो था वो था वन और टू का, रेस्ट वन इसका मतलब लाइब्रेरियन या इंडिविजुअल ही हो सकता है। सो वन एंड टू अगर वाई कंटेन कर रहे थे, तो थ्री फोर फाइव सिक्स क्या कंटेन कर रहे थे उस टाइम पे, एन कंटेन कर रहे थे, अगर वो बुक स्टोर का केस था। अब अगर वो बुक स्टोर नहीं है, तो वो क्या होंगे, या तो लाइब्रेरियन होंगे या वो इंडिविजुअल होंगे। अगर वो लाइब्रेरियन और इंडिविजुअल है, तो दे मस्ट कंटेन द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट दैट वन। सो वाई इज फॉर थ्री फोर फाइव सिक्स केसेस। नाउ ऑर्डर साइज ऑफ 50 copies or more.
ऑर्डर साइज 50 कॉपीज और मोर 3 4 5 6 में से जिसके भी पास इसकी इंफॉर्मेशन होगी वो वाई कंटेन करेगा, रेस्ट नो कंटेन करेगा. So only 3 have that information. That's why 3 is mentioning y, rest one contains n. अगर 20 to 49 कॉपीज हैं तो कौन कंटेन करेगा? ऑब्वियसली अगर 3 कंटेन कर रहा है 50 से ज्यादा तो 3 तो कर नहीं सकता 50 से कम वाली. इट मीन्स 4 5 6 में से कोई होएगा. अब वो कंटेन कौन कर रहा है? 4 कंटेन कर रहा है. इन सिमिलर मैनर 6 to 19, अब ये दोनों जो है थर्ड एंड फोर्थ हैं वो 20 अबव कंटेन कर रहे हैं. सो 20 से बिलो डेफिनेटली फिफ्थ और सिक्स में से कोई कंटेन करेगा. दैट मीन्स whether 5 or a 6. So here fifth contain the information about 6 to 19 copies. It means 6 contain क्या कर रहा है? Below 6 copies अगर होंगी that means कोई भी डिस्काउंट नहीं मिलेगा. तो वो कौन है कि किसको नहीं मिलेगा? 6 1 को नहीं मिलेगा. राइट. इन सिमिलर मैनर देन की कंडीशन जब आएंगी तो हम किसको कितने परसेंट डिस्काउंट दे रहे हैं हम ये चेक करेंगे. 25% डिस्काउंट इसको मिल रहा है. अगर क्रॉस आ रहा है तो डोंट केयर कंडीशन. यहाँ पे भी इन सिमिलर मैनर रेंडमली ये चीज राइट आउट की हुई है. आप कहीं पे भी क्रॉस करके एक एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं. तो इसका मीनिंग सिर्फ और सिर्फ ये है कि ये सारी कंडीशंस क्या है? इनवैलिड है या सॉरी इनवैलिड नहीं. इट मीन्स this is not mandatory one, so we can ignore these conditions as well. So this is the example of a decision table in which we have to mention about the stub part and the entry part. Stub part contain condition stub and action stub. What are the condition applicable? If this condition is applicable, then what the action is be performed is mentioning over below the right particular column. And in similar manner condition entry, whether the entry is whether the entry is available or not. If that entry is available, then what is the action we have to perform is mentioning over the action entry, right? Next is structured English. Structured English is basically a structured programming. It uses logical constructions and sentences designed to carry out instructions because there are so many non-technical persons as well. So अगर आप कभी भी लॉजिक के थ्रू कोई कॉन्सेप्ट दोगे तो जरूरी नहीं है कि हर पर्सन को वो चीज समझ में आए. राइट. तो उसके लिए बेटर क्या होगा? एक नॉर्मल फॉर्मेट दिया जाए, नॉर्मल अलाइनमेंट दिया जाए जिस फॉर्मेट में आप एक पेज क्रिएट करेंगे जिसके थ्रू आप सारे कॉन्सेप्ट बताएंगे so that everyone get that information. So that's why we will use structured English. बट एक पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मेट दिया जाएगा उसी स्ट्रक्चर में ही उसे मेंशन करना होगा so that the rules is also applicable on them. So it looks like modern programming language. The difference between the structured English and the real programming is that we have to use the normal text, narrative text. We have not mentioning any logics in as in real programming language. That's why it is not a programming language. It is similar to that. It is not that much complicated. We can say it is a logical construction or a sentence to design carry of instructions for the action. For the decision we have to create, we will use if, then, else, so, and if. So these are the some concepts that we have to focus over here, that if this particular condition is applicable, then we will have to do this particular action. So these are mentioning in the structure format. There are some following characteristics. What are these one? Let's discuss it. A fixed syntax of a keyword is used for structured or a data declaration so that the precise format is maintained. Next is a free syntax of a natural language that describes processing. Data declaration facilitate includes simple and a complex data structure. Facility to declare subprograms and call them with the help of these programs. So let's take one example of this one also. Again, a bookstore will be the example. I am taking one example in all the three tools. That's why all these tools will be clear to you with the help of single example. And what's the difference between these one and how the format will be differentiated between these will be clear to you. So again, taking the bookstore example over here, the syntax is if, then, else, so, so if. So these are some keywords that we can't use in the following conditions because these These are the keywords or a syntax we can say in a language. So let's take this example. If order is from bookstore, if order is from bookstore, then there are two alternatives. Whether the copies is more than six, then we have to provide the discount, else we don't provide them discount. So we will check in if it is a bookstore. Now we have to check whether the number of copies is more than six or not. So if order is six copies or more than that, then discount will be applicable for them as 25%. If more than six will be done, then 25%. But there is one more case that if less than six copies, then no discount will be applicable. So that's why else contains the information that means fewer than six copies will be there. So if that condition will be valid, then we have not providing any discount at all. So no discount is allowed. In so condition, we will mentioning the conclusion that we have to do, and in else with the bracket, that means the scenario opposite to the previous one. Now there is one other scenario that if it is a bookstore, then these two cases, whether six copies or more or no copies. But if the order is from library or an individual, then there are so many other cases. First one is if the order is of 50 cases, sorry, 50 copies, then we have to provide discount of 15%. But if order is from below than 50 but more than 20, that means 20 to 49 range, then we have to provide a discount of 10%. Then the discount is of 10%. And if 6 to 19 copies, then providing 5% discount. Now again, after all the three cases, one more case is left. That means less than six cases will be less than six copies will be available also. If it is possible, and if the order is of less than six cases, then no discount will be allowed. So in so statement, we will mentioning what we'll do after the else condition. So these are some keywords we have to mentioning. With the help of that, all the conditions will be there with their conclusions. They must have a some structure. That means in if cases, all these things will be happening, and in else these things will be happen. So we have to take the margin in a similar manner, so that we can differentiate what actually be the root node of that particular child node. If I am mentioning in a single alignment, then we can't imagine the tree will become a too long and incorrect one as well, because if condition contains so many informations within that one, and else condition itself contains the information about that one. If I am taking single alignment, then the whole tree is containing in a single root node. There is no other child node. In a one child node, the tree will be created, and that is not possible to create because else condition definitely be there with the if case. So this is all about all these tools. We have to focus over here is what do you mean by a decision tree, how we can create that decision tree, what is the basic disadvantage of a decision tree. One more thing is this about decision trees, what do you mean by child node, leaf node, we have to know about that one also. Once the decision tree will be created, what are the advantages we get, and what are the logical concepts we got clear. What are the disadvantages of decision tree? That's why we have to create a decision table. So, what do you mean by condition or a stub in a decision table? How can we create the decision table? What do you mean by don't care condition? And after that, there is some again disadvantages available in all the previous tools, so that the structured English will be there. So, what are the basic purpose of structured English over here? What are the basic syntax of a structured English? Some keywords will be used in this one. What are these ones? So this is all about the structured tools. Now, one activity will be there for you, that you have to find out all the pros and cons for each structure tool. That means I already covered so many structure tools: decision tree, DFT, decision table, structured English, flow diagram, flow chart, we can say, Gantt chart. These already covered in my previous video. So the activity is the finding of pros and cons of all the structure tools, and you have to find out after that, mention with the tabular format. So this is all about structured tool. Thank you.